Hello, students. Good morning to you all. Today, for class 8, we will have a new video regarding topic algebraic expression, that is from algebra section. So, student, you are well aware about this algebraic maths since it has been introduced from class 6 onward. So you have learned it continue in class 6 as well as in class 7 some basic ideas of algebraic expression, or you can say in other words you are having the ABC of algebra section. Okay, students. So now from that point we will no doubt recapitulating all these concept which you have taken in class 6 as well as in 7. Starting from that point, make a brief, we will come to our curriculum. So this mathematics is meant the study related to variable, constant, mathematical sign, etc., called algebra. You also know variable means unknown quantity which has no fixed value, which can vary, and in place of variable we use x, y, z, a, b, c, m, n, t, small letter of English alphabet as variable, whereas those whose values are fixed, doesn't change, they are called constant. And the example comes under this constant group, all numbers what you have studied till now. You are 8th class students, so quite natural you have the knowledge of natural numbers, then whole numbers, you have got ideas about then integers, and now you are well familiar with rational numbers. So up to rational number you know. So these are constant, whether it is 0, whether it is 2 or minus 2 or 1 by 2 or 2 by 5, anything, because these have their fixed value, they don't change. And when these two come together, I mean variable and constant, they form algebraic term. Although sometimes only variable itself behaves like algebraic term. For example, if I say only x, it means there is no constant? No, this is not the correct. This is not correct, because x, no doubt it is used in the form of variable, but the same may be used in the form of algebraic term also, as there is constant with x which is 1, and since 1x simply means x, so we don't write 1. But in case of 2x, 3x square, minus 5x cube, we write the constant part because it is other than 1. So 1 is hidden there. So it is the constant also. Okay, student. Now you know also what is difference between constant and coefficient. The same numbers, when comes alone it behaves like a constant, but when comes with variable then its name changed, and now it is called coefficient of that variable. Say If I say 2x, it means 2 is the coefficient of x. Like that, if I say minus 3x square, then minus 3 is the coefficient of x square. Similarly, 1 by 2 5, 1 by 2 x cube, then 1 by 2 is the coefficient of x cube. Now these numbers, whether it is minus 5, whether it is 1 by 2, when they are coming independently without variable, then we used to name them constant term. Okay student, and when these algebraic terms 2 or more comes with plus or minus sign together, then it is known as algebraic expression. Now under this chapter, coming to our curriculum, we have the name of chapter is algebraic expression. It means here we will study about algebraic terms as well as algebraic expression. What we will study here about these algebraic terms and expression? Their addition, their subtraction, their multiplication, everything that is the basic operations of mathematics. You know, basic operations are 4 there. If you include simplify, then 5 there. So these are addition process, subtraction, multiplication and division, and all in one, then it is simplification. So these are some basic processes, basic operations which we usually perform everywhere, whether it is simply numbers, operation on numbers, operation on whole numbers, operation on integers, operation on rational numbers, and now we are doing operations on algebraic term and expression. Okay student, so we will have the detailed ideas about algebraic expression. So when we say algebraic expression, algebraic terms automatically come under this. Okay, no need repeatedly to tell algebraic terms and algebraic expression, because algebraic expression is bigger sense, which includes algebraic terms, which includes variable, constant, coefficient, mathematical sign, everything. Okay student, come to algebraic expression. Today in this video we will see some identities which are called standard identities in algebra. So there are 4 identities as per your curriculum. So these are we will derive here a plus b when multiplied by a plus b, which is ultimately a plus b whole square. You know the multiplication of binomial, 2 binomials, how they are multiplied. Say a plus b into a plus b, then what we will do, we will take one of any binomial and multiply with other binomials, and then we will take the second of first binomial and then multiply with the other binomials. In this way, if you perform this multiplication, a by a plus b and then plus b by a plus b, or conversely you can say by a with a plus b and then plus b with a plus b, we have a square plus ab plus b square, which is ultimately equal to, since 2 ab's are there which are like terms, so they will be added with their sign as per the sign convention, and then we conclude that a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. In a very similar way, we can find the product of a minus b with a minus b. So no need, I think, to repeat how they will be multiplied, as you have learned in the first. In a similar way, we multiply these 2 binomial and we get the result a square minus 2ab plus b square. Student, here I have a long experience of this topic, continue teaching in class 8 since many years back. So many times I have observed students get confused when it is asked that what is the difference between a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. So they don't remember where which sign should be. So you note it in this way. There is a difference in sign only in one term, that is 2ab term. Okay, in case of a plus b whole square, all terms are with positive sign and terms are a square, 2ab and b square, these three. So answer is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now come to a minus b whole square. You have to remember that in case of a minus b whole square, we have to tell minus 2ab and remaining terms as it was in first one. So the result will be a minus b whole square, which ultimately means a minus b is multiplied with a minus b. So result is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So what I have made difference, you noted it. In case of a plus b whole square, it was a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now I am telling a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square. You can say in this way also that a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab, whereas a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. You can write 2ab term in the last, but the sign should be what it should be there. This doesn't matter, this doesn't make any difference when and where which term you are placing. So in this way we can memorize that a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, whereas a minus b whole square equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So difference is there plus 2ab, and in other it is minus 2ab. Again I am telling. Now come to multiplication for third type, where one bracket is in plus sign, whereas the same terms with minus sign in other bracket. That is, two binomials we have, one with plus sign, other with minus sign. That is, when we multiply a plus b with a minus b, what will happen? If you multiply in a way as you have done in two cases, you will get a square minus ab plus ab minus b square. You know, like terms with opposite sign, they cancel each other, making 0. So minus ab plus ab has been cancelled. Now the remaining terms are a square minus b square. So we can say that when a plus b is multiplied with a minus b, the result is a square minus b square. You see what is confusion? When I ask to a student what will be the result of a plus b into a minus b, somebody else they used to answer like first two. Sir, a square. Yes. Then plus b square plus. No sir, minus. Then 2ab sir. So is 2ab there? Yes sir. So with which sign? Sometimes they say plus 2ab, sometimes they say minus 2ab. Means they can't memorize what are these four identities. You see, first two are very similar, a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. The difference I told you many times, there is a difference of plus 2ab and minus 2ab. Now in the third identity, when opposite signs binomials are multiplied, a plus b with a minus b, there are no three terms, there are only two terms in the result, a square minus b square. If teacher asks something more there, then you should be very confident. No, sir, there is nothing. This is only the answer, a square minus b square. Is it, student? Okay, yeah, fine. Now come to the fourth one, because we have to see its application and use also. So a little bit fastly, when x plus a is multiplied with x plus b, what will be the result? In a similar way, you go on multiplication, taking x of x plus a, multiplying with x plus b, and then taking plus a of first bracket, multiplying with x plus b. You will get the result in the next step, x square plus bx plus ax plus ab. Now you arrange it or rearrange it. X square plus ax plus bx, in alphabetical order you bring it, plus ab. Now you see the middle two terms, ax plus bx, both is having x, so you should take it out, which is called common lena, to take common. So by taking the x common from these two terms, we have in the next step x square plus x, inside bracket there is remaining terms a plus b, and then bracket closed plus ab. Now again finally we will rearrange it. Then we have the result x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. So now student recall it, x plus a when multiplied by x plus b, the result we get x square plus a plus b into x. While we say a plus b into x, you should get it that a plus b both are multiplying with x, so both should be inside the bracket. So again x square plus inside bracket a plus b into x plus ab. So this is the fourth standard identity. All these four identities are called standard identities in our algebra maths. Okay student, now we will make a brief and then proceed for its use. So let us see other page. Just I am opening here, it is listed here, you see. So this one is just I am bringing here it down. I should be now in down position, you should be in up position, students. So now in this way we can list here what identities we have derived till now. So these identities are a plus, so one place, at one place these are written now. So under name A, capital A, four identities we have. These are a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Next a square a minus b whole square equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Next one a plus b into a minus b equal to a square minus b square. And the fourth or last one, x plus a into x plus b barabar x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Now what is written? See, these must be memorized in both the ways always. Means if you want to take algebra maths in a easy way, you should memorize it in both the way. Both the way, what is? Now see, the one way we have already pronunciated them. Now other way, you see, in section B it has been written that if we reverse these identities, means bringing their RHS into LHS and LHS on the place of RHS, then these are like this: a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now it is equal to a plus b whole square. Just I have reversed the order. Now second one will be like that: a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square. Third one, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. And the fourth one, x square plus a plus b into x plus ab equal to x plus a into x plus b. Why it is needed to memorize in both the way? Now one question is there, just 1 minute, I get it. Yeah. So why it is essential to memorize in both the ways? Because our use, our applications of these identities are from both sides. Some questions which are solved by a type of identities using, whereas other questions are when we will do the factorizing, that is factorization. At the time these identities are used in reverse order. So memorize it in both the ways. These things are written here. If you go through, identities listed above in A, under name A, are used in writing their expansion or in the evaluation of given question, whereas while the same listed in B column or B under name B are used in finding factors, which is called factorization, as well as in evaluation of given. Now let us see some examples. So here fourth one. Now we take here, this is first one, okay. Fourth one, just a minute. So this one, use of these identities, you see, we are using in doing the expansion. So first question is expand 2x plus 3y whole square. You see student, if you go through this page you can easily understand. Just I am explaining one or two. You see, by putting arrow there, 2x is shown by A, whereas 3y is shown by B, and in between them there is plus sign, so we write plus. Then there is whole square, so by closing bracket we put whole square. Then now our question 2x plus 3y whole square is read as a plus b whole square. And you know, you just have now discussed that when what will happen, what's the result when we have a plus b whole square. So just beside there it is written equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. This indicates that your question is in the form of a plus b whole square, so answer should be in expanded form, a square plus 2ab plus b square. It means in your answer there will be 3 terms, so it is called expanded form, that is bada form, vistar form. So by following the answer a square, we will say a square, but we will write what's our a, that is 2x whole square plus 2 into a into b, that is 2ab. In between there is multiply sign hidden, so 2 into a into b, it means 2 into 2x into 3y, because our a and b are 2x and 3y, plus b square, that is 3y whole square. Whole square is essential here because both term 3y is having 2 powers. So if we don't put a bracket, then square will be only for y, not for 3. So now simplifying that, 2x whole square is equal to 4x square plus multiplying 2ab terms, then 2 2 is 4, 3 is 12 with xy, plus 3y whole square means 9y square. Now our result is 4x square plus 12xy plus 9y square, and these three are unlike terms. You know, unlike terms can't we add? We can't add these unlike terms. So this is the final answer of expansion. Now you should write what identity you have used. So Below answer we just used to write using identity a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now student, I hope that the second expansion question you can do on the same way, where the question is 3x square minus y by 2 whole square. So taking 3x square as a and y by 2 as b and putting minus between them, making whole square, we have the form a minus b whole square, which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So in bringing our brain this answer a square minus 2ab plus b square, we will follow what is our a and what is our b. In the taking a and b, we put on a square minus 2ab plus b square. Finally we get 9x to the power 4 minus 3x square y plus y square by 4. Being on like terms, this is the answer. Now one question more there. Find product of two given brackets, where inside the bracket there is 2x square minus 3y in one, and in other 2x square plus 3y. Again you treat 2x square as a, 3y as b. Then if you see both the brackets, you have the form a minus b into a plus b. You know, when a minus b and a plus b are multiplied, the result is only two terms, a square minus b square. So since your question is based on a minus b into a plus b, so your answer should be a square minus b square. So treat what is your a and what is your b, then it will be 3x square whole square, because our a is 3x square, so its whole square, then it is a square minus b square. B is 3y, so minus under bracket 3y whole square. On simplifying, we get 4x to the power 4 minus 9y square. Since these are again unlike terms, so this is answer. Now write what identity you have used. So below that we write using identity a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. I hope student 100% I sure that you all are having clear ideas about the use of these identities. Now one more page of use is there, so let us just make a brief discussion. You see here some questions are evaluate type. So evaluate using suitable identity. First one is 101 into 101, that is 101 whole square, you can say. Now 101 we will split by nearest zero number, zero containing number. You know 101 is the nearest to 100, so we will write in lieu of 101 what, by breaking them, by splitting them, taking the nearest zero containing number, then 101 is equal to 100 plus 1 whose whole square, because these are multiplied by 2 times, so it means whole square. So 101 into 101 is actually 101 whole square, and for 101 we take 100 plus 1, so making it a whole square. Now setting it under a plus b whole square, because we treat 100 as a and 1 as b. So go on simplification, you will get the answer 10,201, and again you should write what identity you have used. Similarly, the second question is under evaluation, that evaluate 98 whole square. Now you see 98 whole square means if you multiply 98 by 98, that is 98 two times, then what value you will get, but you need not to multiply, actually you have to use identity. Now you see 98 is our question, so 98 is very nearest to 100, so we will write for 98 it is 100 minus 2 and its whole square. So now take 100 as a and 8 as b, put a minus sign between them and make whole square, then it will be in the form of a minus b whole square, and you know what is equal to a minus b whole square. So your answer would be a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now treat 100 as a and 2 as b and set on a square minus 2ab plus b square. Finally you will get 9801. This is the value of 98 whole square. Similarly, the last question is evaluate 102 into 98 of this page. The last one, 102 into 98. You know 102 is nearest to 100, so it will be written as 100 plus 2, whereas 98 being again nearest to 100, it will be written as 100 minus 2. Now you treat 100 as a and 2 as b. Then in first bracket your form will be a minus b into the second bracket will be a plus b, or conversely I have told you first bracket is actually a plus b into second bracket is a minus b. So make a correction, student. Now the result will be a square minus b square. So its result will be a square minus b square. So where this space here, I think no, this one is not. Yeah, 100 1 minute expand, and this is product. Now we are evaluating using identity. Yeah, ये पेज हो गया, this one हो गया, this one हो गया, this one derivation. Only these are okay. So I think more is there. It should be some example I have taken. Just I check. This is also evaluate. Yeah, here it is. Okay, got it. So now continuing from that point, so it was a square minus b square. Now a is 100 and b is 2, so quite natural the answer will be 100 square minus 2 square, and finally we will get 9996. Using identity we will write a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. Okay, next question is evaluate. Now see, identity will be used in reverse order. Evaluate or simplify 5.4 whole square minus 4.6 whole square. You see, this question is based on, if you treat 5.4 as a, then its whole square is there, so it is a square, and 4.6 as b, if we take, then its whole square means b square, and between them is minus sign. So question is now in the form of a square minus b square. See here, the identity, third one we are having, but not in that form. It is now reverse form. A square minus b square is given, and the answer will be a plus b into a minus b. So write a plus b in one bracket and a minus b in one bracket. So it will be a plus b, that is 5.4 plus 4.6 and into a minus b, 5.4 into 4.6. Now go on simplification. Finally you will get 8 answer. Using identity, now write the identity in that form in which form you are using. The form will be a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Similarly, there is one more question to use the fourth identity. So here evaluate 103 into 104. Now you student, we take nearest zero number, zero containing number. So 103 is 100 plus 3, whereas 104 is 100 plus 4. Now take 100 as x, 3 as a, whereas in the second bracket 100 again as x, but 4 is different from 3, so take it as b. Now the question has form x plus a into x plus b. Now here some confusion may be there in some students, that why sir and how we can decide this is not in the form of a plus b into a plus b. Yeah, of course, this is the point to note here, that while our form of question is a plus b into a plus b, only then if both the brackets have same term, as 100 plus 1 in one bracket, again in other bracket 100 plus 1, if there, then we say that it is a plus b into a plus b. But here you see, only first term in both the bracket is same, whereas in the second term there is difference. It means first is only same in both the bracket, and such identity is fourth identity only, where x is same in both the bracket, but the second term in one bracket it is plus a, whereas in other it is plus b. So here our question is based on x plus a into x plus b. So answer should be x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Now take x as 100 and a as 3, b as 4, and go on simplification. You will finally get 10,712, and then you write what identity is there. So using identity, x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Now the last question is, this is a very peculiar question, unique question I used to ask in my class the bright learners, and very rarely without solving this question no one can solve, because it needs some thinking, extra thinking, which is called a HOTS based, that is challenging question for a fast learner, for a scorer who used to score full marks always. So one question is, evaluate using identity 1.05 into 9.5. Today in our class teaching, during online classes, I cite this example. One student, when I gave them to do practice work, one student immediately just told, sir, so आप गलत लिख दिए. बोले क्या हो गया? So it should be 10.5 into 9.5, then only identity will suit, otherwise there is no identity on which it can be based. So usually this answer comes by bright learner whenever I ask this question in class. So in our class today this happens, that I have told them, okay, we have finished this month's syllabus, that is algebraic expression. So since 2 days back we have already finished, today we will do like yesterday, we should have some practice questions. And one thing more, that yesterday they have given the online quiz of 20 marks with 20 questions with half an hour time. So there was a discussion of that question paper, which already I have given in my WhatsApp group and Facebook also. It is available. Since it is not a video, so it has not been uploaded in my YouTube channel. Otherwise I think I explaining this quiz or math test, objective MCQ type test, which I have conducted today for yesterday for class 8 students online. So that will explain, that will convert, and that will be converted by me in form of video, so that it's the same can be uploaded on YouTube for general people, for the public user in our public domain. Okay, so come to this question, how this really, this is not directly based on identity, but there should be some work, then it will be in form of identity. So let us do what is there required. So 1.05 we will multiply it by 10 in numerator and denominator. thinking that we have done nothing because both the 10s will cancelled out. Now after multiplying the numerator becomes 10.5 by 10 into 9.5 already is there. Now you see what that student was telling. So that question comes now in the form of his statement. So now both are nearest to 10. So one is written as 10 plus 0.5. Okay, by 10 is also there, and other is written as 10 minus 0.5. Now if we compare, then our identity comes a plus b into a minus b in the numerator. So it will be a square minus b square and a whole divided by 10. So in this way finally we get 99.25 by 10 and finally 9.925. The answer is using identity, since during this process we have used a plus b into a minus b, which ultimately equal to a square minus b square. So in this way, nice way, I think today we have a very sound and clear concept regarding algebraic standard identities, and hope student you all have one who has watched, they will watch this video, they will fully be capable to solve related rider problems, that is related exercise of your book. 100% I am making this challenge to you, that if you honestly watch the video and if you do accordingly your practice work, you will have the required expected outcomes. So thanking you all students. Let us finish this video here, let us close this video. So we will meet again in the new upcoming video, and for that, if you want to get notification of such nice videos, then subscribe it. Don't forget to share and write your valuable comments, so that in the coming videos your comment will be entertained, will be considered. So once again thanking you, have you all a nice day. So thanks once again, let us stop.